Blue lock takes that will absolutely blow your mind. Yeah, so I asked you guys to do another one of these. You guys know the drill. Every time I hit a milestone like 7,000 subscribers, 8,000 subscribers, I put out a post and you guys can put your hot takes in that post and I'll react to them and give them my own feedback. So anyways, if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's get right into some of these takes. Igaguri is going to be the commentator for every U20 match. Now, I'm not really sure if this is a hot take, but either way, I feel like this is kind of common. I feel like this could happen inside the story because, as we know, Igaguri's already been eliminated from Blue Lock from what we've seen. He didn't manage to get a salary high enough. And so I feel like from here on in, either Kaiser is going to lab him up and put him on a different team and show him like he can actually succeed and not go back to the temple. Or since he has a pretty entertaining personality, he might become like a commentator, you know, one of those guys on like those sports analyst shows, maybe like that. I can definitely see him becoming a commentator in the future. Currently, I would say Isagi go over Plot Toshirin over God's Naked Emperor. Love your vids. Okay, thank you for that support, by the way. But I'm going to be honest. He's low-key spitting, but I'd say Kaiser above Ren. Not only have we seen Kaiser be able to stop Ren on his own, like multiple times, Kaiser is also, I think, as a striker, just more complete than Ren. Let's say, if you're building a team, right, and you need to build a team around this one player, are you building it around Ren or are you building it against Kaiser? Because I feel like Ren's just not enough of a team player, and I know Blue Lock's all about ego and stuff, but I just feel like Ren's just not enough of a team player to help, if you even put any good players around him, to help those players succeed. Just look at Charles and Shidou. Did Charles and Ren ever connect in this whole game? Like, it was like Ren was basically doing everything on his own, and that's not because he has bad teammates. That's because Ren just plays in a playstyle where he does everything by himself. Whereas with Kaiser, if you put him on your team, he gives you that automatic goal, Kaiser impact. He has the Magnus. He has amazing IQ, like immaculate IQ. He can defend. Like, Kaiser is just the perfect package. And if you ask me, I think Kaiser is actually closer to Isagi than Ren is to Isagi. Even though Ren and Isagi are tied right now, I just think Isagi and Kaiser are in the same tier. And Ren's just a bit below them. Nagi getting eliminated was the best option for him. He lacked creativity, which caused him to get eliminated. I feel like him staying away from Blue Lock can spark the creativity he has been missing, similar to how Ness found interest in soccer. Also, this might be a hotter take and could have viewed as a dumb thought, but I think Hajime Nishioka could potentially help Nagi get that creativity. He has been lacking. Highly doubt this, though. Just a thought that came into my head. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, guys. Whenever you guys be glazing Nishioka in the comments and the Blue Lock community, they just think this guy is like some demon. When, yeah, I get it. He has the name Aomori's Messi, but come on, guys. Let's be honest. Nishioka has not made one appearance in the entire fucking show. If Kaiser was to just throw this random in here, just throw him in the story right now and have him just start cooking and showing Nagi how to get better, I feel like it would just be a little cheap. I feel like in order for Nagi to make that real comeback and gain that creativity, he needs to get first a passion on why he even plays the game. Because I feel like at this point, Nagi's kind of lost. He doesn't know why he even plays football. Why is he competing? What does he do after he accomplished his goal of beating Isagi? And I think in order to gain that creativity he's looking for, that fire he's looking for, he really, really needs to be inspired. He needs a goal, right? He needs to hunger. He needs to want to become the best to end up getting the tools to become the best. So I really do feel that, yes, you're kind of right here where you say Nagi getting kicked out of Blue was perfect. I also think it's going to be very good for his character. But I'm still kind of shocked that Kaiser was that bold enough to do that, especially to one of his favorite characters, and especially to one of the most popular characters, and the guy that has his own manga. Needless to say, when this part of the NEL gets covered inside the Nagi episode, I might actually just review that. Might as well. Bachira is going to be the final antagonist of the show, because look at it this way. In every arc, he has always placed in the top 10 and solo a whole team by himself. And even in the World 5 match, he managed to get past Pablo Cavazos before he upped the tempo, and he was only to get a chemical reaction with Rin in that match, plus being able to construct plays that beat both Rin and Isagi in the last second selection match. Even Aiku couldn't stop him in the U20 game post-awakening. Okay, listen. I think I have to get this out of the way. I'm not the hugest Bachira fan. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying here that, oh yeah, he was able to make some amazing plays at every level that they played at, even against the World 5. But I think that's not proving that he'll be the final antagonist. I think that just proves that he'll be a world-class player. I think that's very different. I feel like for a final antagonist, like, if we're looking at the final antagonist for Isagi in every arc, like first arc, we have Nagi, absolute beast, you know, like he's directly competing with Isagi. Then the next arc, it's even better to see if Bachira can be the final antagonist because he's playing against Isagi. And when he does play against Isagi, like, he didn't really do much in that whole game. He got an awakening and he still ended up missing, and Rin ended up stealing the light from him. So that game too, it was mostly just Isagi and Rin going at it when it was Bachira's chance to compete against Isagi. So I feel like if Kaneshiro wanted to push this Bachira-Isagi rivalry, he would have done it a lot earlier when they should have done it. Even in U20, yes, Bachira got his play. But remember, guys, U20 is mostly like a... how do I put it? Like, Kaneshiro just wanted to make everyone eat in that arc. He wanted to give every main player a good moment in that arc. And he did that for Bachira as well. But yeah, I really do feel like Bachira, he just can't be. He can't be the final antagonist of Blue Lock. I'm sorry. He does have an amazing plays, and I do think he has potential to be top 5 at the end of the series. But there's no chance. Like, you know, we have Barou, we have Rin, and I know a lot of people are going to hate on me, but we have Nagi. Remember, Nagi's still in Blue Lock. I don't give a shit if you got kicked out the NEL. Remember, Nagi's going to make that comeback still. I'm still coping. I don't give a shit. And he's going to be the final antagonist of this series. Either way, yeah, Bachira's not going to be one. Otoya is an underrated player and beat the fraud allegations. Oh, you guys don't know how much this hurts me to address Otoya. Like, Otoya, you made the U20 World Cup. When you touch the ball, best believe I'm hate watching. You're done. You and Bachira both. I'm hate watching. I guarantee I'm hate watching Otoya. This motherfucker better get his shit clamped. I do not want to see him do anything in that arc worth value. Because the way this guy just absolutely decides to ghost, basically, well, we didn't see the games, but I'm just implying that he absolutely decided to ghost for the first 3 games of the NEL. And then the final game, when he's playing Nagi, he wants to wake up and start doing all this crazy shit. Piss off, man. Like, come on, bro. You can't do that shit. You can't just be shit for the whole 3 games and then come back and turn into freaking prime Messi, prime Ronaldo, prime Hazard, and just go end-to-end dribbling through players. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, Otoya, I do agree. He has beat the fraud allegations, but I still hate him. Isagi is the best striker in the Blue Lock project right now. Facts. I think this is actually, like, common sense right now. I think it goes Isagi, Rin, and Barou. I think Rin and Barou are a lot closer than a lot of people would like to admit, but I think Isagi's just in a tier of his own. When you take into account his IQ, the way he's able to move, like, I can't believe there's people back in the day who really thought Isagi was a cam. You guys know how much a cam has to dribble with the ball and actually move with it? Have you ever seen Isagi dribble up the field with the ball without constantly doing 1-2s to get up it? No, Isagi is a 9. At most, he's a center forward. You can definitely play him at striker, and that's definitely his position. Combine that with his direct shot, you know, his new 2-gun volley, his strength, his movement, just his brain, his ability to make plays. Like, come on, bro. Isagi is definitely a striker, and he is definitely the best striker in the Blue Lock project, at least right now. A Barou Shidou chemical reaction / team play would be the most devastating formation in Blue Lock. Think about it. Japan are up against a really good defensive team who are physically superior to both Rin and Isagi whilst also being really strategic. Kind of like Ubers, but way better. They can't force an opening, so you bring out 2 of the most athletic and selfish players in the U20 team to run through the entire enemy team like wild monkeys and bulldoze anyone that come across. All that while somehow synergizing with each other. How fire would that be? Don't ask me how they both agree to this or how they even talked about this in the first place. I'm pretty sure these two have never interacted once in the entire series. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the biggest Shidou fan, but I will admit the scenario you described, if they did link up, I feel like that would be probably the most unpredictable duo. Like, how do you even guard that? You got Barou hunting off Shidou scraps? Like, Shidou has amazing box awareness, you know, he can smell the goal. So imagine Shidou just getting in the box, receiving a pass. He's about to receive that pass, and Shidou knows that Barou's going to intercept it, but he still acts like he's about to score. So the defender gets distracted, and Barou takes that ball and boom, scores a goal. Like, I feel like that would be very, very unpredictable. But then again, I feel like this is a big, big stretch because, yeah, we've never, ever seen these two, like, literal ego monsters even interact with each other. And nor do I think they'll ever even work together. Reo is the best midfielder outside of Hiyori, and he would be better than Sai if the plot let him use his weapon correctly. Okay, let's not push Sai comparisons. Let's just keep Sai out of this. Reo and Hiyori, you said outside of Hiyori, I know, but I'm just saying I think Hiyori's a bit better than him. Another person who I think is better than him is Charles. We haven't mentioned Charles. Listen, Charles may be young, unexperienced, and gets boring, and then it's bored easily. But I feel like Charles, like, his ceiling is just higher than Reo's. That sounds crazy to say, all right? That literally sounds crazy, but I'm talking about just purely as a midfielder, not as a player. Like, I know Reo has a higher ceiling to become a more all-around player. He can copy virtually anything. But, man, as a midfielder, guys, throwing them deep passes, I don't think Reo will ever make passes like that. I don't think he'll ever make passes like Charles can. And defensively, we've already seen currently that Charles is much better than Reo defensively. Reo must have metavision, but he's not that good at using it, while Charles is actually stopping some plays from Isagi. So that just goes to show you Charles is a very smart defender. On top of that, he's a better passer. So I feel like Charles at this current moment is better than Reo. If you're talking about just bluelock though, I'm struggling to find someone other than Hiyori who can combat with Reo. So you might be right on that. But if we're talking about everything all together, then yeah, I do think Charles is better than Reo. If build up for the final goal in PXG led to Kunigami scoring most of the setup would have been paid off in a better way. Ren and Isagi would tie would be more understandable. Shidou versus Kunigami would have been so much better. Ness assisting Kunigami ties really well to the theme of the match, which is genius versus talented learner, because Kunigami and Ness are geniuses and they would create the first ever genius x genius chemical reaction, which Shidou and Rin couldn't do. Isagi would truly sell his soul for victory by forcing Rin to crash with Shidou and Kaiser, which would allow Kuni to score. And Isagi tying with Rin would allow us to see that Isagi's new ego isn't really his true ego, because he still wasn't able to beat Rin. Gives Kunigami so much needed development, and it wouldn't change any major developments happening after the match besides Kunigami having a higher ceiling. Okay, listen. I agree with your explanation for the Isagi Rin thing of, like, if it ended this way, yes, it would be more understandable that they have the same salary. But I pretty much do not agree with the whole Kunigami scoring the last goal, because I feel like just Kunigami as a character, if you had told me, like, when he first came in, you told me this exact theory, like him scoring the last goal, I would have definitely believed you. But the fact that we have 4 matches with this guy, and he's done virtually next to nothing compared to his stock when he first came in. Like, his stock, guys, you don't understand. If you were there at that time, Kunigami's stock was through the roof. Everyone thought this guy was probably one of the best strikers. People were putting him as the best striker in bluelock. And to see how far he's fallen, especially in this big game against PXG, where him and Shidou were supposed to be clashing, Kaneshiro just ended that whole rivalry after Isagi scores the 2-gun volley. Like, I feel like after that, it's just like, damn, like, what next? Like, Kunigami's just locking Shidou up after that. And it's not really as hyped up as we all thought it would be. Like, when I was going into this game, I really thought that Kunigami would, like, he hasn't shown his full deck of cards yet. Like, he's actually way better than he shows in other games because he wasn't really motivated. Now he's motivated. Like, he came back for one reason only, to take out Shidou. That's what I thought, right? So I thought in this game he would start going ballistic. Like, he would be the one shooting long shots. He would be the one defending still. You know, I thought he would be like that. But in this game, it just kind of feels like Kaneshiro just wrote Kunigami Shido thing in the beginning, got that out the way, and then for the rest of the match, we just focused on Kaiser, Rin, and Isagi. So I feel like it's uninspired, I guess, if you guys know what I mean, you know. But yeah, I just feel like it wouldn't fit inside the match to just have a random Kunigami goal at the end, where the whole match is basically not even about Kunigami. The whole match basically, for the past 20 chapters, has been about Isagi, Kaiser, and Rin. So I just think for your Isagi Rin being equal point, that's good. But for virtually everything else, I don't agree with it. But yeah, man, if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. I am going to try and hit 7,000 subscribers. So I need every single one of you guys to hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great day. Goodbye.